This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Citrix Go2Assist, the #1 global market leader in remote support. What's going on, guys? I'm Mark Linsanger from Techno Buffalo, and today we'll be comparing the cameras on the iPhone 6 Plus and the Galaxy Note 4, and overall see which one comes out on top. So before we get started, we're just going to be comparing the cameras on both of these devices. We'll eventually do a full comparison between the 6 Plus and the Note 4 in the coming weeks, but for now, let's see how the cameras on these two perform. Now, from experience, a lot of the Samsung devices I've tried in the past tends to give my images a bit more of a sharpened look than normal, and with the Galaxy Note 4's newer 16 megapixel shooter, that's not really the case this year. It's not that the overprocessed images are gone, it's still present, but it's not as drastic as the previous devices I've tried. Now, in terms of specs, the Galaxy Note 4 is equipped with a 16 megapixel camera with OIS and an f2.2 aperture lens. It's capable of recording 4K videos at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 60 frames per second, as well as slow motion 720p. The front-facing camera is equipped with a 3.7 megapixel camera with an f1.9 aperture and a really wide lens. The iPhone 6 Plus, on the other hand, is equipped with an 8 megapixel iSight camera with OIS and an f2.2 aperture lens. It has phase detection autofocus, or what Apple's calling it, focus pixels. It's capable of recording 1080p at 60 frames per second and slow motion 720p at 240 frames per second. Now, the front-facing camera is equipped with a 1.2 megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture, and it's capable of recording HDR 720p videos. Now, on paper, the Galaxy Note 4 blows the iPhone 6 Plus out the water, but the iPhone 6 Plus still holds its own when it comes to mobile photography. It's not always going to be about the megapixels, but it mostly boils down on the sensor. Now, both cameras take excellent pictures, and it'll be hard for most people to tell the difference between each camera in acceptable lighting. The optical image stabilization on both devices help keep pictures sharp and clean, but the colors and contrast slightly vary between the two devices. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, the Galaxy Note 4 has really improved its camera by not overprocessing their images as much, though in certain cases, it is still present. I do love the ability to crop an image without losing as much quality on the Note 4, and that's where that 16 megapixel comes in handy. The 8 megapixel camera on the iPhone 6 Plus is good too, though you won't be able to crop as much compared to the Note 4. But in terms of performance, the iPhone 6 Plus performs like a champ. Its focus pixels helps a ton when focusing on a subject, and it works really well. The Note 4 is so-so, it's great outdoors in good lighting, though I did notice that frame rates tend to drop when shooting in medium to low light conditions. And speaking of low light shots, I actually prefer the iPhone 6 Plus here too. Exposure seems to be more acceptable, colors are more accurate, whereas the Note 4 still tries to overcompensate the image to where sometimes everything is blown out and quality becomes really muddy. Now, camera UI, I like both. They're both fairly easy to use and simplistic, though the Note 4 does offer more shooting modes and software tweaks, whereas the iPhone only provides you with the basics: HDR, flash, timer, and the basic iOS filters. Though I do like the exposure slider on the iPhone, which makes setting up shots quicker, and the Note 4 offers the same feature, but it's deep within the settings button. Let's take a quick break from this video and thank our friends over at Citrix. With Go2Assist remote support, you can provide live and unattended remote support to any computer or mobile device. Screen share with employees to diagnose and fix their support problems faster and more effectively, and use Go2Assist apps to deliver support anytime, anywhere, from your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Go2Assist is easy to use and sets up in less than a minute, whether you're supporting one coworker, 10 employees, or even 1,000. Sign up today for a 30-day free trial, no contract, no credit card needed. Visit Go2Assist.com and click on the Try It Free button now, and after your free trial is up, and if you purchase Go2Assist before October 31st, use the promo code Go2Assist3030 to receive 30% off the standard monthly rate. When it comes to the video, there's no doubt about it, the Galaxy Note 4 takes some pretty good videos, and the ability to shoot in 4K will come in handy for those who are looking to go past Full HD. Now, this is a huge advantage for the Note 4, and being able to scale down that 4K video into 1080p will definitely help in the long run, being able to crop, move the frame, and it'll give you much more flexibility when editing a video. Though in terms of actual video quality, I like the iPhone 6 Plus camera a bit better. OIS with cinematic stabilization is amazing, and colors are more natural compared to the Note 4. Now, I'm not saying that the video capability on the Note 4 is bad, but I just prefer how the iPhone's video looks, and I could say the same for slow motion video. The Note 4 can film at 120 frames per second at 720p, but it doesn't look as good and smooth as the iPhone's 240 frames per second. Nonetheless, the ability to shoot in 4K is amazing, and the Note 4 does a pretty respectable job at it. But if you want to have some fun with slow-mo, then the iPhone is your best bet. Now, when it comes to the front-facing cameras, there's so much to like on the Note 4. Samsung's added a bunch of software tweaks and features to somewhat add more flavor to their camera. Though the wide-angle lens is what makes the front-facing camera, in my opinion, so awesome. You have a much wider shot compared to the iPhone 6 Plus, and you have different modes and tweaks to choose from, which the iPhone doesn't really offer. In terms of quality, again, the iPhone 6 Plus still produces a much better photo, but the difference is not too drastic here. In low light, that's when the Note 4 starts to deteriorate. Skin tones and quality just looks really bad, while the iPhone 6 Plus is still holding on. And so to wrap things up for you guys, I really like the 6 Plus's camera. The Galaxy Note 4's camera is really good too, and Samsung's doing a really good job at improving it. Make sure to stay tuned for a full comparison with these two devices in a few weeks or so. And as always, I'm Mark Linsangen from Techno Buffalo. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you guys would like to see more tech-related videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you guys like video games, we're also on Twitch, so make sure to check us out at twitch.tv/technobuffalo.